But in the mental health community, it's one of the most underserved. They don't know how to reach out for help. They don't know what some of the symptoms. And again, going back to the culture is you don't talk about it, you don't hear it, and you don't want to understand it. And so those are mainly some of the things that are important. And then one issue, which is something that I've been doing now for 14 years, is water. Critical to our economy. If you don't have water, clean water in your community, the community does not grow because the farmers need it. The industrial folks, without it, they won't come to your area. One of the cities out in the San Bernardino County turned down the 2 bucks, a Nike, and I forget who the other one, jobs to build a facility because they couldn't deliver water to them. So you've got to understand that plays a major part. And then there's the drinking quality. How about our small communities that don't have the ability to have somebody fight for them about the quality of water? Or do they have water in the colonias? No, they don't. Not running water. What about the Native Americans? The Navajos came up to one of my subcommittee hearings and had a picture of, drawn on a piece of paper of where water comes from. A water truck. This is in the United States, this day and age. So understand there's a lot of issues that we, and by the way, Native Americans, you very seldom hear them talk about their issues. Highest is suicide. And unemployment, and I mean, the list goes on. And yet we're ignoring that segment. They're very much like us. They look like us. They may not speak Spanish, but they look like us.
Organizations, whatever you're freelancing with, how that, and I guess that's a question I would have in terms of, there seems to be kind of an East Coast nature to a large part of you, and Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico and other places, but we have a few West Coasters here that I noted, Texans.
Jim, can I introduce my communications director?
Okay. Juan Lopez is my deputy chief of staff. Runs my life.
And all of ours.
And Jerry is my communications director. He's just been there a short time, but doing a great job. And Jerry.
Yeah, I'm just happy to meet all of you. I look forward to connecting with you and following up. I definitely want to get some more of your business cards to follow up on these. Before we leave. También yo hablo español. Yo pasé tiempo en la República Dominicana y también en México. Y por eso yo trabajo por ella. Mucho gusto.
And then this is Liz. She's my communication director. She also speaks Spanish.
Spanish is better than mine.
Oh, no. That's all I know. That's all I know.
Any other questions that you have of us?
What are the issues that the caucus is focusing on besides elections and immigration? Like the major, besides those 2 big ones.
I think
Education.
Yeah, education.
You know, Jose has been our champion on that to raise the amount of money going to Hispanic serving institutions of millions of dollars. Small business, Gila Velasquez, the ranking member, former chair of the Small Business Committee, coming back to help us be able to outreach to small business. Lucille, what else can you think of? The
Well, of course, healthcare.
healthcare, you can take care of that because you're the chair of that.
Yeah, I think the reality is that the caucus focuses on all the issues. And we take the lead from the various members depending on what committee they're on. I mean, Jim brings us issues, you know, all the time, gives us a perspective on the various issues from the district that he represents, which is very different from the district that I represent.
Agriculture and water.
Yeah, and ag work. So although the focus is, and the news is always has to do with immigration, I mean, the reality is we're working on all these issues. And I just give you an example with healthcare, during the healthcare debate. And one of the reasons that, because I chair the task force, one of the reasons that we were so successful in getting the expansion of community clinics was because of the work of our caucus and the tri-caucus, because community clinics.
We added another point, but this is too important, is the issue of diversity in the workplace. force and in business. Joe Baca has been chairing the diversity task force now for a couple of years, and he's bringing in the CEOs and meeting with them and saying, okay, how many Latinos do you have that make decisions in the upper echelon? How many procurement contracts are you giving to minorities? And how many are you hiring? How many are you promoting? Because if we don't raise the issue, like Lucille says, nobody else is. But we want to see people that look like us in the top echelon that make decisions that are going to give the contracts to a diverse group of people, not necessarily Latinos, but minorities. And we're trying to help each other, but that doesn't reach any point because we do it internally. The meetings are in Longworth with some of the, I've attended some of the meetings, and we have Latinos represented there, but are they the decision makers who can give out the contracts, and those are the issues that we start getting out. And so, just as one of them is the baseball commission, sent a letter to them, oh, we're doing fine, we don't want to even talk to you. Hello, who plays ball? So I mean, you know, understand these are things that we Joe Baca has done a great job on the diversity, but that means opening the doors for a lot of minorities, especially Latinos, because we have to be Latinos. I'm sorry.
I do want to acknowledge Claire Dooley from Congressman Henry Cuellar's office. If you want to say a few words, we have to go.
Hello, Congressman sends his regrets. We are starting a telephone town hall in Rayburn at 7:30, so I'll make this very, very brief. He's sorry he couldn't be here tonight. Congressman Cuellar is from Laredo Border District in Texas. He is always happy to speak to all reporters, to Spanish language reporters as well. And I'm going to leave a stack of my cards with Brandon. I hope he won't hesitate to reach out. He's been on CNN Espanol very recently and on Al Jazeera English today. So lots of familiar names around. So thank you very much for letting me stop by. I hope it is a great evening for you guys.
While I have your attention, Congressman for Henry Cuellar, Congressman Henry Cuellar, we have our chapter board passed a resolution urging members of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus to support the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. As I mentioned to the Congresswoman, we have 5 members who work for NPR and PBS, and when people think of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, they think of Sesame Street, but that's not true. Our members work for NPR and PBS. PBS NewsHour, Ray Suarez is on there. Then we have a couple of producers that work for NPR. Those members are directly affected by the funding. So,
but also understand that we met with who was the chairwoman of the, I don't remember her name, of PBS.
thank you.
That we had concerns because when they were putting together the Burns production of Veteranos, they did not include Latinos. And we fought for how long, Lucille? For months. Remember that? Yeah. To get them to put a segment in. And that was the Latino caucus. Nobody knew about it.
NHJ also spoke out, and now they're doing a new documentary, and an NHJ member is producing it out of Boston. So it's coming out next year in 2 years because of production.
It's all the Latino community as a whole.
Right, and NHJ, the National Association, brought that up too. We probably fought along with y'all to get them to change the Burns.
Yeah, but we met with them and we basically threatened them. They get the funds from Congress. Now, you want us to fight for you or against you? You have a choice. And if you don't think our community deserves to be recognized as heroes in the wars, then you got something else coming because we can show you tons of information about our folks. So the fight was here too.